Well, kia ora te whānau. Nau mai, haere mai. Welcome to North Harbour Stadium for another night of Wednesday night rugby league here in the ARL competition. We've got a double header to bring you this evening. First of all, we've got a Fox Memorial game between the Roskill Vikings and the Mount Albert Lions, and then later on in the evening we'll have a women's premiership match between Manurewa and City for you. Yes, it's a round 3 Fox Premiership match between the Vikings, who have lost just the one game all season so far. It was to Manukau by 2 points. Mount Albert not quite having the season perhaps that they would have liked, having just won one qualifying match against Hibiscus Coast, yet to taste victory in their 2 rounds. So Roskill, bit of hype about them, going quite well in season 2023. While Crystal Rota, the Kiwi Ferns captain, is with me. Tenakwe. Crystal, nice to have you back in the chair. Here are the standings after the 2 rounds so far. And so far we've got 3 unbeaten teams. Richmond, Howick, Point Chev, shaping up to be a good competition. What do you reckon?
Glenn, yeah, looking good there, and immaculate conditions here tonight for some footy. The fields look absolutely amazing. Been down there, had a little walk, and it's great conditions for some footy, so game on tonight. Yeah,
absolutely. Really cool that there's no rain falling today. We've got a very pleasant day in Auckland today, and no wind either. It's just glorious conditions for the competition today. Right. Let's get into some team lineups for you. Here's the Roskill Vikings team now. Very family-oriented club. There's 3 Leo Sevi brothers in there. We have Jarvis, Joel and Justice all playing today. Tanialu brothers playing in the centres today, Zion and Josh. And there are 2 cousins in the squad today. Nixon Liasel wearing 2 and number 17, Jared. And the coach is Jono Paul. Keep your eye too on Sefania Kauli Lupo, number 6. He's come back from the Warriors SG Ball team to play for Roskill in this team tonight. So looking forward to seeing him play. Played all 9 SG Ball games for the Warriors under-18s this year. And the Mount Albert team, well, they haven't been going as well, but they do have a lot of familiar names in there. William Piliu is another Warriors SG Ball player who's going to play tonight at fullback. Aidan Ackland is playing tonight. He's played 5 games for the Warriors New South Wales Cup team this season. This is his first game for Mount Albert in 2023, and a welcome addition to the Lions. Should really stiffen them up to provide a good challenge for Roskill in this clash tonight. And their co-coaches are Matt Sturm and David Fa'alongo, of course, a former Kiwis international, played 12 tests, finishing his test career in 2009. Right, it's time to meet the captains here on Wednesday Night Footy.
Hi there, my name is Justice Leosev and I play for the Roskill Vikings. It's a real family-oriented club where we've got little brothers and little cousins that all kind of related together. We all play obviously for the Bay, and then also most of us go to the same church fellowship together as well. So yeah, it's a real kind of family environment. So yeah, my favourite memory was probably playing alongside my dad. I got to play on my last year of high school, and I came straight into the senior A grade, and yeah, I got to play alongside him. So that was like a bucket list thing for me.
I'm Roy Party and I play for the Mount Albert Lions. It's all culture, you know, got to love the culture, love the boys. You know, we built it over the last 5 years or so, and it's the best team in the Fox.
Certainly a stalwart of this club now for many, many seasons. All right, so let's get into the coaches. In a moment, we're going to hear from David Fa'alongo, the co-coach of the Mount Albert Lions. At first, though, here's Jono Paul from the Roskill Vikings.
Kia ora, Jono. You had a good win against the Bears on the weekend and a convincing win against Mount Albert when you guys last met. What's your guys' main focus going into tonight's game?
Yeah, kia ora, Crystal. Our focus for tonight is really we want to concentrate on possession of the ball, and we want possession for long periods of time. And when we get the ball, we want to make things happen. And I think we're so used to completing sets, and completing sets is good, but it's only part of the equation. You've got to actually score points, and that's what we aim to do.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a good focus going into tonight's game. How have you approached preparation for tonight's game, following your guys' win on the weekend and having such a short turnaround?
Yeah, it's been a tricky one. We actually, we had about 5 injuries on Saturday, and we've had to, We've had recovery sessions on Sunday afternoon, a pool session, followed by another recovery session on Monday. So we've done no field work. It's just been recovery. So it's been good. Yeah, no, it's been good.
Yeah, you always need that kind of recovery when it comes into matches like this and such a short turnaround, so that's great. But thank you a lot, Jono, for your time tonight.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, Dave. Short turnaround for the lads tonight after a narrow loss to Howick on Saturday. How has preparations been for tonight?
Yeah, it's been very short, but we managed to get in one session, and it was just to tidy up a few things that we wanted to work on from the game on the weekend. So we'll see how it plays out tonight, and I think the boys are looking forward to it.
And you get the skills of Ackland back tonight. How beneficial is that for your side?
Oh, he's a big inclusion into our side, and he brings that energy and enthusiasm. So it's great to have Aidan back, and I'm sure the boys will love to play alongside him. Yeah.
Well, go well tonight, and all the very best.
Yeah, what a fantastic player David Fa'alonga was. Not only 12 tests for the Kiwis, but 142 games for the Rabbitohs, 56 for the Knights. Great to see him back at his grassroots club, the Mount Albert Lions. As the two teams come out onto the field here at North Harbour Stadium, it's in immaculate condition. First time we've seen these two teams in Wednesday night footy. Can Bay Roskill carry on? They won all their 3 qualifying games, lost to Manukau round 1 24-22. Beat Glenora last week 32-30, a very high scoring match. Mount Albert lost to Otahu 32-6 and to Howick last week by just 2 points, 24-22. Here's Rochelle Tamarua is going to be our referee for this game tonight. He'll be assisted by Corey Jull and Tavita Pauuvale. So can Bay Roskill go 2 from 3 to start the season? And what about Mount Albert? Can they get their first win of the Fox Premiership? We're underway here. Aidan Ackland gets things underway. And it's going to be Bay Roskill with the first possession. And John O'Paul told me, their coach yesterday, that he's dying to get his full-strength team out there. Always seems to have injuries, but that's just part of top-level sport, isn't it? As we see Joel Leoseve, one of the 3 Leoseve brothers in the lineup tonight, take that carry. And now we have Victor Freeth in his 3rd appearance this season. So Bay Roskill looking good with the ball early. Keep your eye on number 6'2", Sefania Kauli-Lupo, highly rated young player. As we touched on in the intro, played all 9 games for the Warriors SG ball team, so we'll see what impact he can have on this team here. Good tackle going down there by Lafaele for Mount Albert. And there's the end of the first set for the Vikings. Oh, the kick's been misjudged completely there. Here's a big chance. It's still going to be the last, though. It wasn't touched by Mount Albert. So that will be a handover. And unfortunately, Onatana Paia couldn't make something of that, Crystal.
No, but that was a good set there by Bay Roskill to start the game. They shifted wide nice and early and got a good completion on the set, got the kick down, but unfortunately weren't able to regather. So here we have Mount Albert back in possession with the ball.
Well, let's see what Mount Albert can do. As Fraser into dummy half. Now William Piliu, captain of St Paul's Collegiate first 13. Last game you could see just a little sloppy carry there from Piliu, so it's going to be Bay Roskill. What an attacking opportunity for them to start this game.
Yeah, they're in a good position here, Bay Roskill. A little bit of a fumble here in the ruck. They had 4 players in there. Looked like a bit of a hand in there, Glenn, but, you know, they've got that there and they'll be happy to get some good ball set, have a scrum here and an opportunity to try and get over the line early in the game.
Yeah, Piliu will be a bit distraught. He made that error. He slots into fullback. There's a great chance here for Bay Roskill. And they've been scoring a lot of points in all their games, well over 20 points per game. So they have some big firepower. Nixon Liasso, the Akarana's 20s player from earlier on in the year. He plays the ball right there. And there's a charge from dummy half by Zion Tani Elu. He's inside the 20. Troy Forlong at the dummy half for Bay Roskill. Out it comes to Leoseve, the captain, back to his brother Joel. So Justice is the captain. You can see him marshalling just to the bottom left of your screen there, wearing 13. There he is, handling now for the Vikings. And here comes Carlos Davis, another young player of good promise, another Akarana 20s player from earlier on in the year. Away goes Vogel with that one. And here comes a big charge towards the line. A good defence so far as the line just opens up a little bit there for Leo Seve. What about the hands? And it looks like a try. Looks like a try's going to be scored. Roskill Tamarua, the referee, is happy. And there's the first score for Bay Roskill, 4-0. It looks like the score has gone down. And it all looked rather casual in the end, didn't it?
It did. It didn't look like there was much going on. I did like earlier on, though, Glenn, they were attacking down that left edge, come back to the middle, set some shape, and they've scored out here wide on that wing there.
Now let's have a look here. Beautiful hands here by Joel Leoseve. Check that out there. Lovely little flick. And the try is scored in the corner. Looked like the fullback, Jarvis Leoseve, might have got that. We'll get confirmation for you in just a moment.
There's a few unhappy Mount Albert players there putting their hands up in the air, looking at the ref, wondering what's going on, but she's called that try.
We'll just get
Roskill in.
Yeah, we'll get the confirmation of the scorer for you. So, yes, confirmed try scorer Jarvis Leoseve. Very casual in the end, didn't it?
It was very casual, but it paid off in the end. And Bay Roskill are first to get some points on the board.
And there's the conversion attempt sliding away. So great start for Bay Roskill. They had that opportunity there as Josh Tanielu can't convert the try. So they had that opportunity right in the middle of the field. And it's all about execution, isn't it, Crystal?
Yeah, it definitely is. That little pop pass back on the inside there. Good little fend there. He managed to get the ball away and a flick pass out there. And the centre could have probably scored that, but he just thought he'll give it to his winger to get him a try in the corner.
I don't know what Mount Albert was complaining about there. Looked all good, didn't it? No problem at all, that one.
I think I heard them saying he dropped it, but I didn't see a drop in there myself.
No, indeed. As Bay Roskill, wonderful start for them. They've scored 30 points in their first game, 32, 32, 22 and 32. So they like to score tries, this team. Timothy Vogel at dummy half, as that carry was from Davis. There's Leo Sever again, and up comes his brother. And out it comes to a bit of space here on the left for Zion Tanielu. Good tackle coming in by Piliu. Big tackle there by the young fullback. He manned up on that occasion. Now Joel Leo Sever looking for space out on this right edge. Here comes Josh Tanielu. He's a big stepping centre. That's the goal line right there. There's only 5 metres out. Nixon Liaso, in fact, Honatana Paya drives close to the line. Tell you what, there's some real firepower in this Bay Roskill Vikings lineup. Josh Tanielu, poor pass that time. Kiali Lupo has to go back, and now they've lost 30 metres in 2 passes. There's Vogel, and now Nixon Liaso tries to mix it up. Ropati going back. In fact, that going back there to seal that off is Wardrobe for Mount Albert. And finally the Lions get some ball, Crystal.
Yeah, they haven't had much opportunity, have they, Glenn? But I'm liking what Bay Roskill's doing. They're shifting the ball to that left edge nice and early, stripping them for numbers, and then coming back out wide to this right side where they nearly scored. But we'll see what Mount Albert can do now that they have ball in hand.
Penalty coming up here for the Lions. James Aspton. And there is Roskill Tamarua. Offside play. They're inside the 10. And the Lions needed that, didn't they, Crystal?
Yeah, they definitely did. They needed that. I think they need to have a breather here after all that defence here so they can catch their breath for an attacking set.
Great tackle from William Piliu And there's Aidan Ackland. Hasn't had an impact at all in the game so far, 8 minutes in. They just haven't had any opportunities whatsoever, have the Lions, as Johnson Peters playing in the centres tonight, usually a fullback. Now Trent Shumkle, the veteran prop, back at Mount Albert after a season at Northcote last year. Good defence coming in from Bay Roskill. Good to hear their supporters firing up in the stands as well here.
You can see their supporters too, Glenn. There's quite a few of them out there. Good following they have.
Here's Ackland looking for that back block play, and now Peliu taken comfortably by the Bay Roskill defence that time. Little short side attack, not a bad option. Marcus Fraser, he's a cheeky little halfback. He's got a lot of experience too at a halfback and at 5'8". Just the type of player that want to look in here is Shumkle again. Good tackle coming in from Justice Leoseve. Last play now for the Lions. Now Ackland looking to create something with a strange little kick. And referee's going to rule that tackle okay. There was some thought it might have been a bit early there from Lafayette, but it wasn't.
It's a good defensive set there from Bay Roskill. They're really getting the numbers in there and slowing down the ruck of the Mount Albert Lions, take away their attacking opportunities.
Casey Smith in there making a tackle. It's Swapati in the centres tonight for Mount Albert. He's played in the forwards in all the games this season until this one right here. Good tackle coming in from Joseph Polamanu. And now taking a hit up is the captain, Justice Leoseve. He's had a big impact on the game already.
He's been very busy to start this game off.
Yeah, he's had a great start to the game. There goes the kick to end the set. Good chase coming through from Bay Roskill. Good catch there from Blake Wardrobe. And an excellent chase. Oh, did he lose that? Oh, he's lucky to keep his hands on the ball.
That was a very good kick chase by Bay Roskill.
Well, got a good game on our hands now, haven't we? And there's a little error just as we watch the replay, as we see Wardrobe. Courageous call in the end, or catch from him in the end, and a good chase from Bay Roskill. Now, while we were enjoying the replay, a little error from Mount Albert. And look, it's pretty much in the same position as the last attacking scrum.
Back at their 20, Glenn. Another opportunity here for Bay Roskill. Right where they want to be. It's unfortunate for Mount Albert making that error there, right where they don't want to make an error.
Is it Peliu again? Well, he's got to tidy that up. Now Bay Roskill scored from an attacking scrum like this just moments ago. What was that all about? Oh, there's an error. It looked like knock-ons both ways, and now, in fact, it's a penalty for the Vikings.
Well, that was very lucky, having a kick that early in the count.
Or maybe Henry just saw a little bit of a gap there. Kenneth Henry, I think he was kicking, thinking there was no one behind there for Mount Albert. And it was a simple chase route maybe for the outside backs. Now this is Carter. Forlong. Oh, looking to create some uncertainty here is Josh Tanielu. Josh Tanielu. I tell you what, there's a big tackle there by Darren Callett-Moore. There's a try saver. And that is well marshalled by the Mount Albert Lions as Honatana Paia was thrown into touch.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if the coach would be too happy about that decision there. Well, it could have went one or two ways, and that's probably not the way it wanted to go with getting tackled out the sideline like that. It's a good save there by Mount Albert.
Yeah, watch out when Honatana Paia gets in space, Crystal. He has got some serious wheels, as he showed for Akarana earlier on in the year.
Yes, I actually played tag with him, and he definitely does have some wheels. Just give him the ball and put him in some space, and he's gone.
You play against him or with him?
With him.
Oh, that's good. Here come the Lions. Lafayette. It's been one of the real features of the game so far has been Bay Roskill's tackling. It's been very effective. They are not missing. Now Shumkle goes down to the 40, and he earns his team a penalty that time.
The defence had been doing good up until then, Glenn, but they're really getting the numbers in, but that time, unfortunately, a little bit too long in the ruck. And Mount Albert have a penalty here.
Here's Aidan Ackland. He's played 5 games for the New South Wales Cup team this year. That team is going well, actually. They're in 3rd place, having won, I want to say, 7 of their 11 games so far. And Aidan Ackland's been involved in 5 of them. That team's got a bye, just like the Warriors NRL team this weekend. So great to see the Warriors New South Wales Cup team going well. And good to see Ackland dropping back to his beloved Lions tonight. Here's Leah Lafayette. Slow tackle there, but referee's okay with it as Fraser looks to open it up on the open side for Aspden. Fraser again. Oh, he shrugs off that marker. Here's Marcus Fraser getting close, maybe looking for that offload as well. Aston at dummy half now. This is a good chance for Mount Albert to take the lead as Schaumkel's going to drive over and score. That's experience right there from Trent Schaumkel, the former Warriors New South Wales Cup player, hugely experienced in Australia as well in the Queensland Cup, and he gets the try, his first of the season. The Lions have a chance to take the lead.
That all started there from Marcus Fraser, who wasn't too happy there. He got taken out by the knees, but just the pure power here of Schmankel goes over to score a try, nice and close to the post for an easier conversion for the Mount Albert Lions.
Yeah, Schmankel, good pickup for the Lions this season. And yeah, he's a big, strong lad. Loves playing rugby league. New Zealand Māori residence player from 2020 as well. Experience at the South Logan Club and Sunshine Coast Falcons as well. One of those players when he's younger just knocked on the door but couldn't quite bash it down, Crystal, as there are many players in that category.
Yeah, there are many players, and I mean, we were talking about it earlier, you know, they're having the 21s of the Warriors coming back. That's going to be a good opportunity next year for a lot of these boys, like going from SG ball and then being able to progress into 21. So although that wasn't the case a while back, you know, it's good that those opportunities have arisen now.
Casey Smith here is the goal kicker tonight. Kicked 3 goals in the loss last week to Howick. When I say last week, that was Saturday. So these teams are backing up. Quite a quick turnaround as Smith converts the try and gives Mount Albert the lead now by 6 points to 4. Schaumkel the try scorer.
It's a very quick turnaround from a Saturday to a Wednesday night game. And for the ladies, they played on Sunday and then they will back it up again tonight. So that's almost like playing a tournament. You know, you only got a couple of days rest and you go again. And such a physical sport, it's hard to recover in a whole week, let alone a couple of days. So much respect for these players out here backing it up.
Well, exactly. The good news is they get 10 days off after this.
And
well, when I say 10 days off, they don't play for 10 days, but probably coaches will throw in an extra training session or two, eh, Kristen?
Yeah, yep, no doubt about that, Glenn.
So a good comeback here from the Lions after getting some serious heat from the Vikings in the first 10-15 minutes of this game. These two have actually met earlier on in the season, it must be mentioned as well, back in qualifier number 2, Bay Roskill winning that day 32-16. So Mount Albert would love to get some payback on that game, on that result. He's starting to look a little bit more better. It's funny what happens when you get a bit more ball. Aspden back on the inside. Fraser again, good front foot running ball for Marcus Fraser. He's on the halfway line, shrugging through the tackle there of Carlos Davis. Oh, look at the space there for Aspden. And he's found a bit of space here behind the Bay Roskill defenders. Well-weighted kick to into the in goal. And in the end, Nixon Liasel gets out, but only just. Great set from Mount Albert there, Crystal. Look now, they're hunting for an error.
They are hunting for an error, and they're hunting on defence, and Bay Roskill are looking for some players. Everyone was still offside, so the backs are coming in now to try and get them out of their red zone there.
Here's Josh Tanielu. Akarana 20s player from last year, made the tournament team too. And here comes Joel Leoseve. Good run by him. Now here's the eldest of the 3 brothers playing today. Back on the inside comes Victor Freeth. Vogel. Not a bad set by Bay Roskill coming off their own goal line, but it's straight down the throat there of Blake Wardrope. And Wardrope starts the set pretty much on his own 40.
There's a good take there. Let's see if Mount Albert can get out of there. There's another error.
Yeah, Joshua Tholavanua has just dropped the ball there.
These handling errors are killing Mount Albert. Not sure if the grass is a little bit dewy and the ball's a little bit slippery, or if that was just a great tackle. Oh, a little bit of a hand on the ball there.
Yeah, it was the second contact, wasn't it? The tackle on the ball. Wouldn't say it was a strip, so I think Rochelle Tamarua, the referee, got that one spot on. Tell you what, she doesn't get much wrong, Rochelle Tamarua, in all the games I've seen a referee. Very good referee.
Yeah, she's a brilliant referee, and that's at all levels that she refs at.
So here's Bay Roskill with a full set inside. Mount Albert's half. Now Peliu making up for those earlier areas. Terrific tackle by the fullback. The referee just wants Bay Roskill to go back and play it on the mark.
Trying to get a couple of sneaky meters there.
Davis. Second year in the Prems for Bay Roskill. Have to get over the line to score his first try of the season, yet to score one. Here's Justice Leoseve. The tackling coming in here from Mount Albert Lafayette again. They've really settled down nicely, Mount Albert, apart from those errors. Justice Leoseve, the oldest of the three brothers. Vogel, good pass from dummy half. Now here comes Kauli Lupo, looking to create something on this right flank this time for Honetana Paia. Or can they drag him into touch? They do. Good stuff from the lines there. Aidan Ackland right in the thick of it.
Great defence there, taking him out the sideline.
Yeah, good hands from Honetana Paia, but initially well done here by the left winger for Mount Albert, Tholavanua. So the Lions can bring it clear through Rory Ropati, their captain. Ashton at dummy half. Here's William Peliu. The real stars at St Paul's last year in their first 13 that won the Auckland Championship. Here's Shamkul, the try scorer. Structured play from Mount Albert. Fraser. This is Smith. Good pass. Wardrope's in space down this right wing side. Wardrope back to Smith. Good try. Terrific stuff from the Lions. Casey Smith in to score. It's 10-4.
Oh, he's got some wheels on him too. Glenn, on the opposite side of the field. As we see the replay here, some good go forward here in the middle. Marcus Fraser just pops out, feeds the half out the back, dummies in the second rower and gives straight to the winger who's all the way down the sideline. But he had a lot of work to do and a great pass back inside for a nice try for Mount Albert to put them in the lead by a little bit more.
Well, that was well done by Casey Smith. He was the man that threw that terrific pass that hit Blake Wardrope right on the chest. Perfect timed pass here. Boom, there it was right there.
His little dummy cut there too held up the half of Bay Roskill. A great team try.
Smith over to score. Really good try, and now he will try and convert his own try. Well, there were signs of life in Mount Albert's loss to Howick on the weekend by 24-22. Before that, they really had a tough run against Bay Roskill the first time. Richmond, who beat them 46-0. And they were thumped by Otahu as well. Even though Ackland here hasn't really been involved in the game, Crystal, it's interesting. You know, I would suggest that he gives a nice settling kind of mindset for a lot of his teammates.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe just his presence, his leadership, you know, could have a massive effect on his side. Just knowing that he's there, he could be just directing players around without actually having the ball in hand as well, Glenn. That we can't, we might not be able to see. So
here's Smith. Hasn't missed a game all year so far, and he converts the second try. And he's 2 from 2, and Mount Albert, after trailing 4-0 and looking all at sea in those first 10 minutes, done brilliantly to come back into this game. There was nothing wrong with that pass. It was a beautiful pass.
Don't know about that hit on the out the sideline there, though.
Well, he's okay, Blake Wardrope. Got a try last week, and now he's set one up for Casey Smith. Smith got 3 tries on Saturday against Howick, and he's got another one here. Wow, really interesting to see how Bay Roskill bounce back from this. Smith played dummy half, and here comes James Aston. He's at lock today, played the first couple of games of the season at hooker when Fraser was in the halves. Here's Schaumkel, good run from Trent Schaumkel. That's all his years of experience to the fore right there. Now Fraser on the short side. Well caught there by Polamanu. In fact, no, that's Darren Kellett-Moore. Fraser out to Peliu. And now all of a sudden Bay Roskill can't get their hands on the ball inside Mount Albert's half, can they?
The tides have turned.
Ackland looking to measure that kick. It's a well-weighted kick. Oh, I think Honatana Pai's knocked it on. He has.
Can hear the excitement down there from the Lions, from that era from Bay Roskill.
Well, the value of a really good kicker in your team. Well, what's that played at?
Looked like it just hit his left arm as he landed on the ground after jumping up. Yeah, that's really unfortunate there.
Yeah, but unlucky there for Honatana Paia. But great opportunity now for the Lions to post their 3rd try in a row. Well, they've got to defend their line here again, the Vikings. Ackland feed the scrum. Smith. Peliu in from fullback, looking to create an overlap on that right edge. And he's done brilliantly there. Blake Wardrope over to score. William Peliu, classy stuff from him. That's a 3rd try off the scrum.
What a brilliant offload that was. That little flick pass. Let's see the replay here. Dummy cut again. Gave the ball to the fullback out the back. Looked like he was going to take the tackle, and little flick pass out there to Wardrope. And he gets a try himself.
Well, it was a flat pass at best, really, wasn't it? But you get away with it.
Yep.
The referee's there to make the decision, and the officials on the sideline, and Mount Albert go in to score the try. I've got a big roll on at the moment. The Lions as they hunt their first victory of the season against Bay Roskill.
Mount Albert's forwards are just powering through that middle and gives the back some opportunity with the ball and good ball. It's Shamkel's just been powering through that middle third. He's had a very busy game to start this game. He's been very valuable for the Mount Albert Lions tonight.
He certainly has. And Smith is creating some issues there for the Bay Roskill defence. Good to see Peliu involved there. I know there's a lot of hope for William Peliu. So this is Casey Smith again, looking to keep his 100% kicking record. And that is a beauty from Smith. Well, what a comeback here from Mount Albert. What a response from them. They're owning this game at the moment. And Peliu just creating a bit of indecision right there. And Wardrobe snuck through to score.
He actually drew in 2 of those players to open it up for Wardrobe out on that wing to score that try. I'd want to be on his wing, that's for sure.
Definitely. Well, big challenge now for Bay Roskill. Just got to get their hands on the ball here. Up there now for Mount Albert is David Jardine Naomo. Another big body out there. Trent Shumkle still out there. Here's Fraser again. And again, starting to bend the line a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, they're tiring the Bay Roskill Vikings out. They've been defending back to back, so they'll be very fatigued right now. And the Lions are capitalising on that.
Fraser with a nice little shift. Better tackling that time by Bay Roskill on James Aston. Here's Ackland. Well, he eludes that chaser. And that kick down to Jarvis Lioseve. And here's a good tackle from Jardine Naomo. And there's a penalty that Bay Roskill were looking for.
Yep, a little bit too high there. Vikings would be happy with that penalty. They need some possession of the ball. They haven't had much opportunity, so they'll be happy to have the ball in hand right now.
So let's see what Bay Roskill can do inside the half here. Oh, not much, unfortunately. Victor Freeth drops the ball. Shocker.
Blow an opportunity there. Just as we spoke of them really needing that possession. Unfortunately, just got dropped underneath and couldn't regather that ball.
I think Freeth has just going
to the blood
got
bin.
some blood bin. Yeah, got some blood coming out the nose there. Nothing too bad there though for him.
Nothing a little bit of water can't fix, Glenn. Just wipe it on the shirt, all good.
You probably sounds like you're speaking from experience there, Crystal.
Yeah, well, you don't want to go off, Glenn. That's the thing. You don't want to be taken off, so you just wipe it on the shirt, and that gets rid of it. Get on with the job.
Johnson Peters here for Mount Albert. Pelew at dummy half. Away he goes down the short side here, William Pelew. Good little dart from him. Ackland. Shumkle sets it up in the middle of the field again. Very good first half so far. We're inside the last 10 minutes. As we see Amiatu out there now. Ackland runs this time. Good fast play the ball here for the Lions. Here's Smith again. This is Ropati. Good tackle coming in from Zion Tanielu that time. Amiatu. Here's Ackland looking to run. Great pass to Smith. Here's a big chance. Oh just can't. Well, the try might be scored after all. I think referee's going to award it. Wait, she wants to have a chat with the officials, but Mount Albert are convinced they've scored it. You can see the absolute delight there for them. I think it was Amiatu who went through to score it.
There's great vision by Ackland to start, spotting some space and stepping into it, and good support on his inside, but by his other half. Let's see what the referees have to say.
Right. Back on, so it's a knock on the Albert.
Yeah, no try. Well, let's see. Try and pick the eyes out of this one. Well, Ackland it was creating all the havoc to start with. That's all good. Smith. Well, that looked like it might have gone back off a Let's have a look here. I think it might be Jardine Naumo. Keep your eye on 17 here. Although you flying in there was Vogel.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he tapped that ball. But anyway.
Well, the decision's been made now. Tough yards coming here for the Vikings. Good run from Josh Kanielu. He's had a good game so far. Every time he's touched the ball, he's looked dangerous. Carly Lupo gives it back to Freeth. Victor Freeth. Vogel at dummy half still for the Vikings. There's a big charge into the line. Good run. There goes Vogel again. Justice Leoseve. Vogel. Oh, little spiral bomb coming here from the Vikings. Oh, indecision there from Peliu and from Wardrope. But it's been dropped right there by Peliu. So that should be Vikings ball. And it is.
Oh, bit of a tussle there.
Well, it was a great kick in the end, wasn't it? It was confusing for those Mount Albert outside backs.
Don't think there was much communication going on there. They were both indecisive of who was going to take it, so they both pulled out, and unfortunately, this is the result.
Yeah, Peliu just knocking it on there. So that ended up being good there for the Vikings. I think it's important, Crystal, they score before half-time to get back into the... ease some scoreboard pressure on them.
Yes, definitely. Be good for them to get some points on the board right now, heading into half-time, just before half-time. It's always better when you can draw that that scoreline closer. They've got a good opportunity here, Glenn.
There's Nixon Liasso. Henry at dummy half. Shaneith Henry, the older brother, incidentally, of Ben Henry. Former Warriors player who's been playing for Bay Roskill this season but is currently injured at the moment. Mark Seifer out there wearing 18 for Bay Roskill. Charging into the line is Kaliopasi, who's out there off the interchange as well. A good little dab here from Vogel. Great pass, Leovasso couldn't hold the ball, Leosevi rather. And Mount Albert are going to survive. Good attack by the Vikings up the middle.
That was good. That was a great dart out of dummy half there. Pulled the marker right out. It's actually a good little offload, but unfortunately couldn't bring that ball in to get over the line.
Yeah, Justice Leoseve. So Mount Albert with his defensive scrum. 3 tries in the first half for them. Shelmcool, Casey Smith, and Wardrope as well, the right winger. And here's Smith, who's been one of the stars of the game for the Lions, feeding the scrum. Oh, a little dart there from Johnson Peters. He'll have to go back. He was tackled. In the centres today, he's been playing fullback prior to William Peliu's arrival into the top grade team. Smith. Here's Lafayette. Good tackle on him. Mount Albert driving forward again. Over Jardine Nalmore, his brother Ethan not in the lineup today. Jesse Amiatu. And it's in, well, might have just had his foot outside the 40 there. The kick is a good kick by Aidan Ackland. Is this going to be a 40-20?
Doesn't look
it isn't.
like it, no.
I think Rochelle Tamarua got that one spot on. Just keep your eye on Aidan Ackland. I reckon he was outside the 40.
Outside the 40, you reckon, Glenn?
He had his foot on the line there. He had his foot on the line. His left foot was on the line there. And in fact, it might have just missed the 20 line anyway. By maybe a 10 centimetres or so. Still a great kick from Ackland.
Still a great kick. Brilliant kick.
Vogel at dummy half again. Charging
what
is
a good
Sione.
hit.
Makaele. Great tackle on him, wasn't it?
Brilliant tackle.
Roskill again. That's Henry back on the inside. Comes Joel. Leo Seve's dropped the ball though. They've been there. Own worst enemy at times, haven't they? Bay Roskill, their ball handling.
Yeah, ball handling. Those just forcing the pass too much when it's unnecessary and it's just causing them some grief.
Yeah, tough for Leo Seve right there. So Mount Albert with a scrum right on the halfway, 3 minutes to play. They'll have another score. Fourth try before half time. Ackland. Good tackling coming in there from Bay Roskill with Mark Sifa in the thick of it. Schaumkel's going nowhere that time. That was a beauty from Sione Mataele.
Still manages to get a quick play of the ball. What a tackle.
Good tackle, wasn't it? Absolute beauty. Oh, and a little error as well. And the Vikings fans absolutely love it.
What a brilliant tackle that was. Got lifted and put on his back. And that caused him to make that error with an incorrect play of the ball, or sloppy play of the ball, so to speak. Now Bay Roskill get the ball back and get another opportunity, a couple of minutes out before half time, to try and put some points on the board.
Ropati making the tackle on the Pili there for Mount Albert. Henry's going to take the tackle this time. There's Justice Leo Seve out to Zion Tanielu. Older brother of Josh. Henry. Ooh, little juggle there. That time from Sione Mataele. Defence is holding for Mount Albert quite nicely at the moment. Little short ball that time to Mark Sifa. Vogel. Waits at dummy half again. Kali Lupo. Bounces it down to his Warriors SG ball teammate, William Pelliu, and there's Vogel with a good tackle. He's had an excellent first half, the 14 for the Vikings.
He has. A couple of good little darts out of dummy half, some good defensive efforts. And another good defensive effort here from Bay Roskill.
Very good tackle with Joel and Justice. Leo Seve making that tackle. Here's Smith. Oh, Wardrope knocks it on, so the Vikings might have to hurry to pack the scrum to have an opportunity here in this first half. One last chance for them.
Oh, unfortunately, he was trying to pick him up on the outside, but he dropped under and the pass just wasn't prepared for that. What's that post all about there, Glenn?
I tell you what, we're not asleep, are we? It's been a good game. Well, the scrum will have time to pack. Here's Nixon Liasso. Zion Tanielu waits at dummy half. Shanice Henry, and here's Joel Leo Seve. Big chance here for Mount Albert as we're in added time now. Last play for them right here. Switcher play back to Henry. Zion Tanielu. Brilliant score just before the break, and it's Jarvis. Leo Seve who gets his second try. Well, the Vikings needed that one. And it will be game on in the second half.
Don't know if there's any Mount Albert supporters out there. All I can hear is Bay Roskill supporters screaming loud and proud. And so they should be after a beautiful try here, scored just before half-time.
Well, great option to switch the play here. And this is Zion Tanielu's strength, isn't it? Big centre, big body, sucked in two players there, created the space.
Yeah, beautiful try there. That switch was the perfect option. Didn't actually look like there was much going on. And what a brilliant run here.
Yeah, great job by Jarvis Leoseve. And that was much needed for Bay Roskill, so they bookend the first half with 2 tries. And a brilliant middle period of the first half for the Lions. And important kick here coming up for Josh Tanielu. Tough one from the sideline. He's having a good season with the boot. Got 4 goals on Saturday against the Bears. He's been averaging around 3 or 4 goals a game. Tough one here, though, on this left wing side, though. Just waved away. So that'll do it for the first half. It's going to be the Lions who take the lead at half-time. 3 tries to 2 to them, and they lead by 18 points to 8 here on Wednesday Night Footy at North Harbour Stadium.
My teammates will describe me as, I guess, hardworking. Sometimes maybe a little bit too serious at times, but I guess we all play to win or play to compete. So, yeah, try and be serious, but yeah, play the game the right way, passionate, do the best for my teammates.
My teammates would probably describe me as a bit angry. Being the captain, I like to push the boys about, push them along to where we need to go. Sometimes that might be in a bit of an angrier phase.
Serious when it matters, but most of the time I'm just clowning around in front of them.
My teammates would describe me as a good bloke, and they wouldn't have a bad word to say about me.
Yeah, my teammates, they'll probably describe me as the joker at the club, the muck around.
Yeah, it's annoying, I guess. Yeah. Very quiet, very down to earth, really cheeky. I just, like any little thing I can pick up and kind of turn it into a mock.
My teammate will say, I don't take things too serious, I guess. I'm always laughing, always having a joke. Even when the team is not going good, always having a laugh. Yeah.
Welcome to Datum Projects, where we make your interior fit outs easy. From start to finish, we bring a wealth of experience to every project, and we love what we do, so please come and meet the team.
We're the project management team. Our responsibility is to ensure a smooth running project from start to finish by having a clear understanding of our clients' expectations. We aim to do this by delivering a stress-free quality fit out on time.
I'm Singh. I'm a quantity surveyor. My role is to understand your needs and tailor my pricing to suit your budget.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm one of the detailers here at Datum Projects. My role is to take the client's architectural drawings and convert them into shop drawings for our factory.
Hi, my name's T. I'm the Health and Safety Manager for Datum Projects, and one of our core principles here is work safe to get you home safe.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Well, it's half time here at North Harbour Stadium. 18 points to 8. The Lions in front of the Vikings. 3 tries to 2. Good comeback from the Lions here. Remember, who are chasing their first win of the season after dropping their first 2 games of the Fox Premiership. Let's have a look at the highlights of the first half. And Crystal Rota, it was all Bay Roskill at the start of the game.
Yeah, it was all Bay Roskill at the start of the game. We see this try here in the corner there. That was their last try that they just scored before half-time. Another try here. which they.
That is the first try. Remember, that is the first try. Yeah,
that was the first try.
Lovely hands there, wasn't it?
Beautiful hands.
And then Mount Albert got cracking. It seemed to fire them up, didn't it? And here comes the first try for Trent Shelmcall, the experienced prop, just powering over as he generally does.
He's been powering through the middle third the whole game, Glenn, and he's been outstanding this match, and he deserved that try. Through the middle of two defenders right there to score a beautiful try right next to the post, as we see here. He just finds his front every time he has a run, gets up for a quick play the ball, and he's really helped Mount Albert get their momentum through the middle of the field.
Beautiful play from Casey Smith. Terrific pass out to Wardrope. And then excellent support play from the halfback here to go over and score Mount Albert second. That, by now, Mount Albert were really humming along nicely.
Yeah, and they've made a good comeback after starting the game when, you know, Bay Roskill had most of the possession earlier in that game, and that once they started getting the ball in hand a bit more, they showed some good shape and got some good tries and got points on the board to be leading 18-8 at half-time.
Yeah, Wardrope got that third try, and then we saw that try, second try for Jarvis Leoseve just before the half-time break, which closed the gap to 10 points. Now let's have a look at this try one more time. Peely, you can see this next try, the last try that Mount Albert scored. Beautiful stuff from Peely, the fullback there.
It was beautiful stuff. He was up against the big man there, and he just fended him in the chest, drew in two players to give it out to Woodthorpe to score in that corner.
And here's the last try of the first half on the last play. It was through for Jarvis Leoseve, his second try. Beautifully done again. Zion Tanielu was setting that one up. Well, the Auckland Rugby League college season is kicking off in early June for all grades. If you want to get involved, ask your college about playing rugby league. Do it tomorrow. Let's revisit how last year's grand final day played out across the different grades.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Here are the stats for that first half. Hope you enjoyed them. In fact, those two games, can I just say, those two games last year were terrific. Great day of College Rugby League last year at Mount Smart number 2, and already looking to the finals, forward to the finals of this year's secondary school competitions as well. So here we are. They're quite even stats here. If we look at completions, probably a bit low for both teams if you want to be brutally honest, but possession pretty even. A pretty even pretty even game on the stats, but it's just execution that's given it to Mount Albert, right?
Yeah, there's been a lot of handling errors, and that was from both sides earlier in the game. Mount Albert had a lot of handling errors, and then towards the back end of that first half, it was more so Bay Roskill that had a lot of the handling errors. But in regards to completion, it is quite low in the 60% range, but yeah, very evenly matched. I actually thought that Mount Albert had a lot more possession at the end of that first half, but they didn't. It was quite even.
Don't forget, this is game one of a double header, but let's remind you, you'll need to switch channels to get the women's game tonight. We're on Sky Sport 4 obviously at the moment, but the game at 8 o'clock is on Sky Sport Select. So we need to switch to see the City Manurewa game, which is coming up live at 8 o'clock on Sky Sport Select. They're looking forward to that one coming up as Manurewa try to get their season on track. You could say they got the season back on track with a win on Sunday against Tanifaro, but it's been a bit of a slow start to your team this year, Crystal.
It has.
They're missing you, mate.
It's not just me. There's plenty of girls that are, moved to Australia, and we're in the rebuilding phase, I would say, Glenn.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's see if that rebuilding can take a step forward at 8 o'clock tonight. In the meantime, here's the second half now. Bay Roskill in the black, Mount Albert in their traditional gold, with an 18-8 lead to the Lions. And let's see if the Vikings can cut those errors out of their game. Continue to tackle strongly without the ball. Here's Lafaele coming forward for the Lions. Jesse Amiatu. Ooh, a little error there at the play the ball. Lafaele looks confused. I think if there was a captain's challenge, that one might be heading upstairs. Let's have a look and see if we can pick something up here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, he's looking at the linesman saying, hey, he had a hand in there.
Well, Shanice Henry did have a little hand in there. Was it enough to warrant a penalty against Bay Roskill? I don't know, though, Crystal. 50-50 call either way, that one.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, here's a chance for Bay Roskill. And remember, they got to try right on half-time. Here's Josh Tanielu. I tell you what, I liked him right from the start of the 20s last year for Akarana. He's an interesting prospect, big future if he wants it. The Vogel back into dummy half with Honatana Paia with that carry. Bay Roskill looking to set it up here through Mark Sifa. Down to the 20. Here's Justice Leoseve. Here he is there. First receiver again. The ball playing back rower. Takes the carry this time. Into the 10. So heat on Mount Albert's defence. On their try line right here. Oh, big gap behind the ruck there. Vogel very close. There's the kick from Carly Lupo. It's a brilliant kick. Honatana Paia has got the try.
What a beautiful kick. Few words exchanged there.
Oh, very good try for Honatana Paia. Usually we see him streaking down the field at a great rate of knots. I tell you what, that kick was on the money from Sefania Kalilupo, the Warriors SG ball player. So Honatana Paia gets the try.
It's a beautifully weighted kick. A good take by Honatana Paia to score a beautiful try there in the corner.
Wow, they've got a try right on half-time and now a try just after half-time.
Coach will be happy with a start like that to the second half, Glenn.
Yeah, 100%. John O'Paul, the coach. Well, these conversion attempts haven't been easy for Josh Tanielu. They've all been from the sideline in the game so far. Well, he's got good shape on that one, but unfortunately just slides away. Wow, wow, wow. It's where the tries have been scored has been the big difference between the two teams. They've both scored 3 tries now, Crystal.
Yeah, it makes a difference when the tries are scored out wide, as they have been for Bay Roskill. Just makes it that much harder to get the extra 2 points from the conversion. And also reflects, good defence from the Mount Albert Lions in the middle of the park.
Yeah, wasn't far away, Josh Tanielu. But he's got a good kicking technique, hasn't he?
We've got an error here, Glenn.
A little error from Bay Roskill from the kickoff.
Running it hard off the back fence and stopped in his tracks and just wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
Jesse Amiatu is getting himself in there. Well, chance here for the Lions to hit right back on Bay Roskill. Away goes Aspton off the back, and straight into the thicky action comes Moses Oggy. He's lost his headgear, but he's okay. Here's Shamk. Oh, he's lost it. Stone cold that time, and now can they? Bay Roskill bounce back. They can't, unfortunately, with Nixon Liasso dropping the ball.
It's not where you want to be making an error as such.
It was Shamko. Unusual to see that, although that was a good shot, wasn't it?
That was a good tackle.
From Justice Leoseve.
Right under the ball to just pop that ball out. Great technique.
He's going to feed the scrum too. You can tell how influential he is on this Bay Roskill team. He's involved with everything. Zion Tanielu. Good tackling on the big centre. Vogel at dummy half. And now here comes Joel Leoseve. Bay Roskill urging that the penalty from the referee, not coming that time. Going to play a bit of football deep inside their own half for Josh Tanielu. Back to Carly Lupo. Not much room there for the young 5'8". Here's a good carry coming in from Kaliopasi once again. With the 8 on his back, but starting off the interchange is Vogel. Ooh, those markers square, they weren't. That was good play there from Timothy Vogel.
He's very smart out of dummy half, and he's pretty crafty too. He's got some pace behind him. And that scored himself a penalty there for his team to get them a little bit more cheeky meters down the field.
Good to see all the Bay Roskill supporters. Of course, their home ground in Blockhouse Bay. Here comes Kaliopasi. He's had good impact off the bench, hasn't he?
He's been brilliant.
He's thrown himself right into the thick of it. Henry. He's going to have to take the carry. That was good line speed defensively from Mount Albert that time. Shut the space down. Henry trying to milk that penalty, not coming. Oh, drop ball that time from Forlong, who's out there now, but it's play on.
Back to one.
Well, they've ruled that a touch by Mount Albert, so it's a restarted tackle count. Leoseve. Ordering the players to go back, so Forlong out there. Back it comes to Kata.
Oh.
Forlong. Carly Lupo again with a good kick. Oh, brilliant pickup and a score.
What
a ton of players over again.
What a beautiful finish there.
Wow, props there to Sefania Carly Lupo. We like that first kick to create the try, the first try a moment ago for Honatana Pai, but that was even better.
Why wouldn't you try it again?
He threaded the needle through there, didn't he?
Took it right to the line. Beautifully weighted for Honatana Pai. Great pickup too. That wouldn't have been easy to pick that ball up. But he's done a great job there. And a great finish in the corner by Honetane Paia. So we see there, Mount Albert Lions not happy. But what a beautiful try and a beautiful finish. Bay Roskill Vikings have come out strong in the second half, scoring 2 early tries.
Have they what? Well, it's brilliant, isn't it? Well, another tough conversion attempt here for Josh Tanielu. Well, let's see if he's learnt from his attempt a moment ago. Well, he's put it the same way.
It's not too far off.
Might as well just rolled the replay from that first kick in the first half. It was absolutely identical, wasn't it? So hard luck there, but they still trail by 2 points, but they now outscore Mount Albert 4 tries to 3. What a wonderful kick.
It was a beautiful kick. He backed it up from a beautiful kick earlier.
Sefanoa Kauli Lupo, another ex-St Paul's player. So we've got 2 first 13 players on opposite teams today. He also played in the Melmaninga Cup last year too, when the Warriors were based at Redcliffe. A great effort from both teams. I've really enjoyed how both teams have come back into this game. A real good topsy-turvy game. We've got a cracking match on our hands now. Don't forget that women's match at 8 o'clock tonight, folks, between City, the new team in the competition this year, combined point Chev team with Ponsonby. They're going to be playing Manurewa, the defending champions. This is Mackenzie Kata, again for Bay Roskill. That one's live on Sky Sport Select at 8 o'clock. So change of channels required for that game. And now here's Justice Leo Seve. Forlong. Oh, it's gone back, and Kauli Lupo been dangerous in the second half, hasn't he? The young 5'8". Kicking game's been right on point.
He's got a variation of kicks, beautiful chip and also a beautiful grubber.
Henry's kick has found the pasture, but not the bounce as Aidan Ackland goes back here for Mount Albert. Good chase, though, from Forlong. Cuts him down. Here's Wardrobe.
Oh, what a
Seve absolutely hammered him, but didn't jolt the ball 3, though.
He did well to hold on to that.
That was a big shot on him. Worth another look.
Oh.
Mount Albert still have it. And charging into the line is new player now. It's Paia Palu who's out there. The interchange last week too against Howick. There goes Ackland trying to find some space in between those players at the back. Back goes Nixon Liasso. Good chase from the Lions. So this set starting inside the 10 here. So no errors for the Vikings. Ball handling's going to be critical here for them. As Honatana Paia takes that carry. And now Josh Tanielu playing in the centres, wearing 15. Doing well here as Sifa comes downfield. Good tackle by Lafayette. Forlong. Back from Henry, back to Carter. Big Mackenzie Carter fires up.
He's had some brilliant runs in the second half.
Last play now for the Vikings. They did well there to get to the halfway line, and that's a good kick from Kauli Lupo. Back behind the left winger, Tholavanua for Mount Albert. A very good chase there from Victor Freeth, the front rower for the Vikings.
Some good defence here from Bay Roskill. Their kick chase and their line speed.
It's been good until that moment
until
right
this
there.
moment.
Was down, but Rochelle Tamarua didn't like that. Just the fine line you want to walk, don't you, Crystal, between really good line speed to been too fast.
It is. Being too fast or being that little bit ahead of the ref can cost you, as it has with Bay Roskill in this instance.
Here's David Jardine Naumo. It's still alive for Mount Albert as Schaumkel picks up the loose ball. Good carry. Nice post-contact meters made by Trent Schaumkel again. Good shot there from Leo Sevi. He's having a terrific game for Bay Roskill. Here's Ackland. No space for him. Carter. Good tackle from him. Smith for the Lions. Oh, he's lost it. No penalty and it's play on as Shanice Henry picks up the ball. Just looked like he stone cold dropped that one. Or did it?
A little bit of a hand in there, Glenn.
Oh, that's right. Get away with it sometimes. That's a great run from Zion Tanielu. Henry out to Justice Leoseve. Back comes Victor Freeth on the inside shoulder. Hey, Roskill looking like they're getting some momentum back into their game again.
They definitely are.
Until that moment right there, Josh Tanielu drops the ball. Disappointing for the Vikings.
Very disappointing. Seems to be a heat out on that edge there. Bit of pushing and shoving on a couple of instances now.
Probably a bit of lip too.
Yeah.
I can see Kali Lupo why he threw that pass. Because if it had gone to the winger, Honitana Paia, he was looked like he had some space there, Crystal, and could have been away, knowing his speed.
We know what he's like in open space, and could have been down there for his hat-trick, had that been the case.
So Ackland to feed the scrum. The referee's happy with that. Carter didn't come off the scrum early. Oh, and someone's talking to him. Schaumkel and Carter having a bit of a chat.
Oh.
Well, Piliu and Kali Lupo there having
the
having
two
a bit
mate
of fun
on
with
mate.
each other. That's right.
Having a little bit of fun.
Now looks Carter. How did Carter get off the scrum?
He's not even, he's not even binded properly to start with.
No. Now, I wonder if this decision is just going to be overturned or changed. Yeah, I think that Mackenzie Carter could be in trouble with that. And he is going to be spoken to by Rochelle Tamarua.
Old-fashioned headbutt.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
All right, you've gone to push. You've gone in and you've headbutted. All right, so you're going to go.
Oh, he's been sent off. He's been sent off.
Wow.
Mackenzie Carter sent off. Wow, that's really disappointing for Bay Roskill. I don't think there was any doubt here that this was what the send-off was for here. That one right there.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Aidan Ackland. He's just trying to get the ball. He doesn't care about what's going on. He just wants the ball to carry on with the game.
That's right. Well, that really does change the dynamic of the game now.
Absolutely.
Disappointing for Mackenzie Carter. He lost his head there. Excuse the pun. So now Mount Albert now have a one-man advantage for the rest of this game. Here's Aidan Ackland. Peliu's in the line. Good shot ball. Oggy took the line on nicely. Wasn't held there. Big change. Big challenge rather here for Bay Roskill. Here's Jari Naumur cut down and a good tackle just short of the line. Mount Albert looking to take this game by the scruff of the neck. Here's Casey Smith looking for a gap up the middle, not to be this time. A good tackle coming in from Joel Leoseve. Casey Smith just slipping and maybe injuring himself there.
Doesn't look good. Looks like a knee, possibly, Glenn.
Yeah, or made of... well, he's had a really good game, particularly in the first half, and he's been a key man for the Lions this season. Played in every game. Back of the knee, maybe, Crystal.
Potentially.
Hamstring, maybe. He's not putting any weight on it at all. Look at that.
I could see the disappointment in his face that he knew straight away that something was not good with that leg of his.
Yeah, he's shaking his head, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, that's a massive loss for the Mount Albert Lions. It's been going good for this game.
Yeah, Marcus Fraser will come back on, I suspect. Well, Smith, yeah, looks in trouble, doesn't he? We just hope it isn't a bad knee injury. So Marcus Fraser has come back on, the starting hooker, but very experienced half. So Mount Albert probably won't lose too much. So Oggy plays the ball. In fact, it was Palu. Here's Eklund. Into the line comes Peliu. Good pass. There's a try in the corner. Joshua Thalafanua is over to score. His first try of the season. And Mount Albert go back to a 6-point lead.
We knew that would be coming soon with Mount Albert having the one-play advantage. Beautiful skip ball there out to the wing to score a nice try out wide, where they will now have to try and convert out wide, as we were speaking about earlier, being the hard part for the Bay Roskill Vikings.
A very good try for him. Oliver New, a new player into the team this year. Now Bay Roskill going to be tough for them, but they've got a... Nothing you can do about the past, Crystal. You've got a same old story in rugby league. If you make a mistake, got to defend your errors.
Yep, got to defend your errors, and unfortunately for Bay Roskill, they have to do it with only 12 men.
Changing kicker, of course, with Casey Smith out, but of course Aidan Eklund, a hugely experienced goal kicker. So not a bad replacement. That's an important kick too for Eklund. Get the Mount Albert team beyond that 6-point margin. And it's just away. So 22-16, the score remains. Got to remind you too about a new initiative the ARL has set up this year. It's called Our Whare, Our Whānau, Our Way. And it's been set up to promote positive and supportive behaviour in the club environment. Auckland Rugby League is one community and one whānau, and our behaviour should reflect that. Our whare, our whānau, our way. And if you want to find out more about that initiative, you go to aucklandleague.co.nz. And reminding you too that we have our second match this evening. It's over on Sky Sports Select at 8 o'clock at the conclusion of this game. So a change in channel. We've got a round for Women's Premiership match between City and Manurewa kicking off at 8 o'clock. 20 minutes still left in this game. Mount Albert playing with a one-man advantage after the sending off of Mackenzie Carter for a headbutt for Bay Roskill. Another terrific shot from Justice Leoseve. He's trying to lead from the front, the number 13 for his team.
He's the hit man, isn't he? He's been putting hits on all game. He's a brilliant player.
That was Palu who felt the full force that time of Justice Leoseve. Fraser waits that dummy half off Shamkul. And there is Ackland. Trying to measure that kick. Always good lobbing it to the corner. Here's Nixon Liasso. Wearing 2 but playing fullback in this game. Henry at dummy half. Here's Zion Tanielu again. Here's Henry. Once again at dummy half. Liasso. Carly Lupo. Out it comes to Josh Tanielu, but the tackling is secure so far in this set from Mount Albert. Carlos Davis for Bay Roskill. Last play now. Carly Lupo looks to put that spiral bomb up. Nicely taken by the try scorer and a great chase from Tanielu. And those Bay Roskill fans starting to get boisterous again to fire up their team as William Piliu takes a run.
A few little dirty tactics going on in the ruck now, Glenn.
Oggy on the halfway line. Moses Oggy. Auckland Brett back in 2018. And here is David Jardine Nolmore once again. He and his brother are absolute monsters. Ethan not playing today, but they've got big bodies as Ackland. Back to Shamkul. All the offload, he couldn't resist the temptation, could he? I can't blame him for trying to give that one to Fraser.
Yeah, definitely not. Shamkul just, yeah, he tried to get that flick away to Fraser, and had Fraser got that ball, could have been a different story, but unfortunately, the pass didn't go to hand.
Well, look at the gap there. If Fraser takes that gap, he's away.
He would be away. It was a good option, but unfortunately the pass just didn't meet the hands of Fraser. Otherwise he could have potentially been gone.
Well, field position doesn't favour. There's David Whangalongo. What a career he had. 198 NRL games he played, just too short of 200.
What a legend.
Bit slow from dummy half on that occasion. Not much Joel Leoseve could do on that occasion. Really got to get that crisp passing from dummy half. That was too easy, and so was that one for the Mount Albert defence. Great pickup.
Certainly makes all the difference when the ball distribution is not crisp.
Great little dart from dummy half here. He's back out there, the live wire hooker. Unfortunately, though, Tim Vogel's dropped it. Fraser picks up the loose ball. And now Ackland out to Shamkul. No, in fact, that's Kellett Moore, the back rower. Ackland. And there's Justice Leoseve again. Shamkul, though, wriggled his way free that time as Fraser plugs the short side this time as Kellett Moore just takes the tackle. Nothing flash from Mount Albert so far in this set. They might open it up, though, with a big open side here. Piliu at first receiver. Here's Ackland. Out it comes on to Ropati.
Roskill doing well to defend. 13 players on 12.
Ackland. And now Polamanu. Last play now, 5 metres out. Fraser gives it to Ackland, who's just going to have a charge at the line. Still there. And short is Paiapalu. Oh, they hung on just.
Great defence by Bay Roskill. They look like they're very fatigued, and so they should be defending with 12 players. They did a great job there to keep Mount Albert Lions out.
Oh, Vogel. And now really important that Bay Roskill get to their kick here. Here's Honatana Pai. No space for him in the game. Though he has scored 2 tries for Bay Roskill. Good tackle. Good shot there on Carlos Davis. Bay Roskill looking for the penalty there. It wasn't going. Wow, you don't see that too often in this game. Justice Leoseve being driven backwards, the captain. Henry getting quite dewy out there. Difficult ball handling, and maybe they've all got short studs on their boots tonight. So they haven't made as many metres in that set as they would have liked. But messy from Bay Roskill. Here comes Mount Albert, the full set inside the half of the Vikings. Here's Ropati. 13 minutes to play. Can the Vikings find something deep within themselves? With only 12 players. Fraser. Here's Ackland. Shamkle, good charge up the middle of the field. Ackland. Oh, nice tackle on Johnson Peters. Still an opportunity on the short side, and there's another try. Good speed at the play the ball, and another try for Thola Vanua. Beautifully done by Peliu, who saw that Bay Roskill were short on that short side, and you know what, Crystal Water, that might just seal victory for the Lions.
It could just do, Glenn. You can see a depleted defensive line here when I'm looking out the window, but as we see here on the replay, it's a 5-on-3 situation. Nice play the ball here. Down the short side, took the short side option, held up the winger, and a beautiful try in the corner. And you're right, Glenn, this could just seal the deal for the Mount Albert Lions.
Yeah, 26-16, 10-point game now. It's been a brave effort from Bay Roskill. Always going to be hard.
It showed some courage on their defensive efforts with only 12 players. Some good scrambled D at some points and times, but unfortunately there they weren't able to hold out the Mount Albert Lions on that left edge.
So Ackland now with a similar position from his first attempt a moment ago. Vanua's enjoying himself, and why not too. Good day for Mount Albert. Remember, this and a tough start for the season for them. They've had 4 losses in a row going back to the qualification rounds. So a 4-game losing streak seemingly about to end, and that's an excellent kick from Ackland. 28-16. 12-point game with just under 12 to play now. You know what, though, even though it's going to be tough for the Vikings to win now, Crystal, they shouldn't be discouraged. As we remind you once again, at 8 o'clock tonight, City versus Manurewa in Women's League Premiership on Sky Sports Select. Looking forward to your company at 8 o'clock for that game. And here comes Polomanu for the Lions. Should be a good game that between Manurewa and City. Both teams have had wins so far in the competition.
Very excited for that game, Glenn, I am.
I bet. Palu. Fraser. Here's Shamkul again. He and Ackland have worked really well together. Here's Ackland again. Nixon Liasso fields the ball for Bay Roskill. Well, it's not impossible. We've seen teams score with tries with 12 players on the field this season. In fact, the Warriors, of course, have done it in an NRL game. So it's not impossible. And you never know. One try here for Bay Roskill might just energise them.
You never know what can happen in footy, Glenn. Bay Roskill have a good opportunity here. All it takes is to get the ball in hand and some good execution.
Here's Josh Tanielu. Vogel at dummy half. Here's Davis. Justice Leoseve back on the inside. Really enjoying Kaliopasi off the bench today for the Vikings. Chance maybe on this right edge. Kauli Lupo can take the gap there. Good tackle from Aidan Ackland. Josh Tanielu. Here's Davis again. Last play now for Bay Roskill. Leoseve. Oh, it's gone backwards all the way there. I reckon that's play on, and Amiatu picks it up for the Lions. Unlucky there for Bay Roskill. Heliu now for the Lions. Good tackling coming in from Jerome Ropati on the sideline too for the Vikings. What a legend he was too for the Warriors and the Kiwis. Good set here from Mount Albert. They have that player advantage. They don't really have to push the envelope too much, Crystal. And good solid set off their own end there.
Yeah, definitely a good solid set. And hopefully Bay Roskill can get down into some good ball area, Glenn, and execute something good to get some more points on the board. They're definitely not out of this game. You know, we spoke about it could seal the deal, but if they can just get down into some good ball and execute something good, they could, you know, could bring themselves back into it or bring it closer. See the desperation on coach's face there.
Yes, indeed. He wants to see his team play out this game, and they are, to be fair to them. Henry. Kaliopasi used as a decoy that time. Here's Zion Tanialu running at defenders, but good tackle coming in that time from Amiatu. Penalty, though, late in the count. And here's Bay Roskill with a full set. Here's a big chance for them. There's 6.5 to play.
This is where they want to be. We want to be right now. Get a little bit more cheeky meters from a kick out. Now they're in the prime position to try and execute something.
Davis. In fact, that's Joel Leoseve. Here's a good chance for Vogel from dummy half. Vogel still there, almost over the line. Short side, beautiful hands again from Justice Leoseve back to his brother Joel. Good defence from Mount Albert though, they keep him out that time as Henry. Fires it back to Kauli Lupo. Here's Liasso in from fullback. Just couldn't free the arms for the offload. Josh Tanialu. Here's Kauli Lupo again. Oh, lovely dummy. That's the goal line right there. Davis at dummy half. It's gone back. Joel Leoseve. And peeling it straight to him, and he's back out into the field of play. And shrugging off tackles, good return of the football.
It is a good return of the football. I thought for a second there they were going to get a repeat set with that kick, but no, that was a good take and return of the ball.
Woodrope is hit hard by Justice Leoseve again. And Pili did well there to elude a couple of tacklers.
He's got good footwork, this young guy does.
He does. Again, Mount Albert coming off their line nicely here. Managing the game nicely here, the Lions. Shamkul. Good option to pass the ball to Big Jardine Naumor. Fraser. Now to Ackland.
Yeah, he's off. Who's off? Mine.
Yassel's dropped the ball, but it's gone backwards, hasn't it? It has. No, it hasn't. There's going to be a penalty here to Bay Roskill. Looks like there might be some play inside some players inside the 10 there, Crystal.
Yes, players inside the 10. Bay Roskill another opportunity here. I'd say that at this point now, Glenn, they just want to finish the game strong, not allow any more tries in from Mount Albert.
Yep, and get to their sets, the conclusion of their sets.
Absolutely.
Vogel's been very good out of dummy half for Bay Roskill in this game, and here's Kaliopasi. Tackling on him that time. Carly Lupus had a good second half until I think Carlos Davis got in the road there. It was just a straight falcon, wasn't it?
Wasn't sure if that was supposed to be going out the back door, but it just hit straight in the noggin, I think.
Well, celebrating Mount Albert, David Farlong will be very happy. This is going to be Mount Albert's first win of the season. Round one, they lost to Otahu, the Leopards 32-6. Lost to Howick on the weekend 24-22. And now they're going to beat Bay Roskill, who they lost to in the qualification rounds 32-16. So Mount Albert, traditionally, of course, a competitive team in the Fox Memorial Crystal, maybe just starting to show some signs of life.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, you never know in the early stages of a competition because, you know, people aren't performing at their best. And hopefully, you know, this is a start for Mount Albert to get back into that winning circle.
Peters. Inside, about 2 minutes to play. Here's Ropati, he'll be happy, he's the captain. Fraser, at dummy half, here's Aston. Well, play a tackle without the ball there, yes. Penalty coming to Mount Albert with Polamanu taken without the ball there. So this kick here, I wonder if Ackland might just close the game off, and he will. He's going to kick for goal here. Well, that's the idea of this, just to manage the game, and you have to hand it to Mount Albert. They were under the pump early in this game, but they only conceded 4 points. I mean, they had some real heat on them in the opening minutes. They absorbed that, came through nicely, scored 3 tries on the trot. And then we saw a very good comeback by Bay Roskill, who closed a 14-point margin back to just 2. But it was always going to be tough once Mackenzie Carter, the big prop, got sent off for that headbutt. So here's Ackland. Good kick from Aidan Ackland. He really is an excellent goal kicker. 30 points to 16. Mount Albert doing nicely in this contest. Don't forget, at 8 o'clock, so in just a few minutes' time, 15 minutes, we'll be on Sky Sports Select for that Women's and League Premiership match. Round 4 action between City and Manurewa. Well, Bay Roskill will fight again. They will come again, no doubt about it, in this competition. We're still going to get plenty of good games from them as we go all the way through to August, remember, here on Wednesday Night League. But it's happy days for the Lions, who get their first win of 2023 Fox Premiership. They get the job done over the Bay Roskill Vikings in a tough encounter here by 30 points to 16. And we'll be back to wrap it all up for you right after this. So 30 points to 16, full time here in this Fox Memorial Premiership match. Very good effort by Mount Albert to get over the line in round number 3. Tries tonight for Trent Shamkul, Casey Smith, Blake Wardrobe. They got 3 tries, Mount Albert, just before, well, in the first half. And then it was Oliver Nua who got 2 in the second to ease Mount Albert clear, with 5 goals kicked today, 3 by Casey Smith and 2 by Aidan Ackland. And for Bay Roskill, Jarvis Leoseve got 2 tries, and Honatana Paia got 2 tries for Bay Roskill. Unfortunately, they're all wide out though, and none of them were able to be converted by Josh Tanielu. Reminder that Wednesday Night League is here on Sky Sport all the way through until early August. We have a double header to enjoy every single Wednesday night. So we'll be back again next Wednesday night, of course, and as I just touched on, that women's match coming up at 8 o'clock. Let's have a look at the stats for you. So the Vikings actually had more possession in the game, but the completion rate was just a little bit lower than the Lions. Pretty even, though, really, through the game. And who knows what might have happened if Bay Roskill had managed to convert those tries to make the game even closer. But it wasn't to be on the night for them, with Mount Albert taking the win. Time now for some after-match reaction. Let's go down to Crystal Water. First up is Rory Ropati, the Mount Albert captain.
Just to prevent. So, Aiden, how's the game? Want to know?
Okay. Kia ora, Rory. First win for the season, and against the Bay Roskill side that you lost to in the preliminary rounds. How good does it feel?
Oh, man, it just feels amazing. Like, we've worked so hard. We've had a tough start to the season, and yeah, the boys just turned up, and there was something different about this training. So, we turned up, and we just really wanted it, and it showed.
Yeah, it definitely did show. And you had Aiden back tonight. How good is it to have him back in the side?
Oh no, it's changes everything. He directs the park, and it just sets up everything, and it allows boys to play their best footy, and I think that's what we showed.
Yeah, definitely did. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Appreciate it.
Kia ora, Justice. Commiserations on the loss tonight, but you played well. What were the takeaways away from tonight's game in this loss to Mount Albert?
Oh, I was pretty proud of the boys. We had a few go down last week, but and caught on a few players. But the young bucks, I was really proud of them, and they put in lot of effort, and yeah, couldn't really fault the effort. So yeah, real proud of the boys.
You guys did well tonight with 12 players. All the best for the rest of the season.
Cheers, thank you.
Kia ora, Aidan, you come back to your team from the New South Wales Cup. How good does it feel to be back with the Mount Albert Lions?
It feels real good. Like, my best mates from, years and years and years ago. It's always good playing with boys who've known for years. So yeah, awesome.
You played really well tonight, mate. All the best for the rest of your season and whatever team you may be playing.
Cheers, thank you. Cheers.
Beautifully clear here.
Ackland wrapping it all up here at North Harbour Stadium here in game number 1 this evening. Congratulations to the Mount Albert Lions winning this Fox Memorial Premiership match by 30 points to 16 against the Bay Roskill Vikings. If you'd like to join us for the women's match coming up at 8 o'clock, switch now to Sky Sports Select, because in a few minutes' time we'll bring you the City Manurewa match. We hope you can join us.